Welcome to the Bravo Charlie Club podcast, making you 12 and a half minutes more awesome each week. He's Ben, I'm Richard. Let's go. Ben, how you doing this week?
Amazing, mate. Just come back from an amazing yum cha lunch with some friends of mine.
Very
one
nice.
Of them, the
Very
listener,
nice.
they're quoting episodes of our podcast, mate. So
Epic.
Very cool. Yeah, very cool to catch up with them. A new listener country call out. Indonesia's on board, mate. Now, you've lived in Bali.
I have lived in Bali.
How about you greet our new friends?
Well, so there's a funny story there. Pretty much everyone took Balinese lessons apart from me because I was working while I was there. So I'll give it a go, but I'm probably murdering it terribly. So new listener country call out, Bali, Sulamat.
Well done. Sulamat.
There we go.
Spot on, mate. Sometimes, I find that hello is actually a very universal greeting. You can get away with it.
There's so many. If you think about English too, like there's yo, all sorts of greetings for kind of like hey, hi.
You're right.
Whatever.
You're right. It's only when you get into the slang that you start to lose people. Now, this week we said we wanted to discuss, why does a vacuum cleaner need an LCD screen? So the backstory is I was in a white goods place collecting a new item, and I spotted this vacuum cleaner. I'll put a photo in the inner sanctum. It's got an LCD screen. What on earth could you possibly need to have a readout of a vacuum cleaner for? Talk me through it.
I don't know.
Why is this a thing?
Maybe in case you need to suddenly browse the internet from your vacuum cleaner while you're doing vacuuming.
Okay. Well, my follow-up question then: the size was announced as a screen, as a feature, as a selling feature. It was 2.3 inches. The screen
2.3 inches.
That's not big.
What? How is that? Like business card size?
Well, yes, that's probably not far off it. So, and don't forget the angle it's a diagonal that you measure it on. So it's tiny.
That is tiny. I've got no idea.
What could possibly say the bag's full? Like as soon as it stops sucking, you know that the thing's full.
It's really the only feedback. Bag full.
Oh, look, if it's battery operated, maybe they could tell you that the battery's about to run out. But you know what? If it dies, you put it on charge, right? Like
that's pretty much what
I'm sorry, I think we're inventing things that we just that's a step too far for me.
Surely you'd play a sound, wouldn't you? You'd have the bag full sound. You'd have the some other sound, and you wouldn't put a screen in
instead of a screen.
Something else that can break, right?
Yeah,
screen.
Yeah. Fair call.
Who was it? It wasn't Samsung, was it? They love shoving screens and everything. I don't need a screen on the fridge.
Yeah. Well, you didn't know you didn't. You didn't know you didn't need it.
True.
Yeah, we know better. Yeah,
Richard, stay away from the fridge. Back away.
You're only the customer. We're the manufacturer. Yeah.
You could get fridge analytics, couldn't you? Like it could like a face scan or something. Yeah.
I want to stay on electronics for a second, mate. The travel tip of the week: if a hotel room didn't have an alarm clock, would anyone care? Like I was in a hotel last week, and the hotel alarm clock still had that. You remember the 30 pin, that the original?
Yeah. Great. So you can use your original iPad on it.
Yeah. So I'll just get my connector so I can turn it into USB-A and then turn it into Lightning. Oh, now I need to get my connector to turn it to Type-C. You're like, sorry guys.
I think that's really the only use of those alarm clocks, is that it's kind of got a whole bunch of USB interfaces. That's generally that's pretty much, what I ever use those for.
I think the world can be saved from alarm clocks. Like, I think, the phones.
Well, we've all got phones.
I think the need for them is long gone. I think at some point there'll be a hotel brand that does this really unique thing and removes them, and it makes it okay, and then the world will no longer have alarm clocks. I think.
Like if you need a wake-up call, don't you set it from reception anyway? Like if you're like a super heavy sleeper and you're worried about not getting your 5 a.m. flight or something, and
and they just log it into an electronic thing. Like I set one the other day actually, and got the call and it played music.
Huh.
It wasn't someone ringing to say it's time for you to get up, which I guess I was expecting, but I haven't really used an alarm clock, a wake up call for a while, so I didn't really know what to expect. Yeah. I was in a recent place, and the television had a screensaver. Like, so when it was off, it was on. And as you know, I don't carry black dots.
Oh, so it's like always on.
Yeah. And so I had to turn it off at the power. And you know how some of the televisions are like hidden. So you're like,
yeah, you got to get right behind the wall and stuff.
Correct.
Correct.
I'm going to have to start carrying a pair of side cutters so that I can just. What could go wrong?
Or maybe a stick so you could just hit the PowerPoint. That might be.
That might be it. I've been asked by listeners why I even need the black dots, but the reality is sometimes you can't reach the PowerPoint, or it's in that wall.
Well, sometimes they have those they build it into they build a cabinet around the PowerPoints, and you can't actually get in to turn them off. They don't want you
touching it.
Yeah,
they don't want you to. No. Hence, so that's the black dot. And so one of my daughters actually designed a Bravo Charlie Club themed black dot.
Oh, nice!
So there's a whole new line of merch coming out that no one knew they needed. It'll be hitting the shelves soon, I reckon.
Yeah, awesome.
Pictures of you and I on the TV screens of
they should glow in the dark, right? Over the points.
It kind of defeats the purpose, mate.
Right, well, then you can put a black dot over the top of that if you need to. Anyway.
God, you're an idiot. Hey, listener feedback. MM wrote in and he said, that chat about the sports, for me, a sport must involve two things, an element of competition and some level of exertion. So I think he's basically saying you should sweat for it to be a sport. As a natural sweater, a sport for me is just sitting in my armchair sometimes.
So curling doesn't make the cut.
Well, you probably wouldn't sweat while you were curling, I guess.
Well, it's indoor in an ice rink, isn't it? So I don't know. But they all dress like it's lawn bowls, but it's an ice rink. I don't know. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I remember being very cold in ice rinks before.
Yeah.
But you can overdress for it too, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
And JT said that she completely agrees with the response time frames that I mentioned around LinkedIn messages. In particular, they go straight in the bin. So I'm glad I'm not the only one. The only one. Yeah. And listeners can continue to leave comments, send us texts, join the inner sanctum. I will be posting a picture of that vacuum cleaner with an LCD screen. The links always will be in the show notes. Now, conundrum of the week, mate. What have you got for us?
So this week's conundrum, what does it mean to kill two birds with one stone? Killing two birds with one stone. I like that phrase. I've been guilty as charged
using it
in the past.
Well, it sounds like an Olympic feat. Like you would definitely win the gold medal if you killed two birds with one stone. But my question to you is, what did the birds do wrong, and why are we using stones?
It's so old-fashioned, right? Back from the days when it was all sticks and stones will break my bones, but names will never hurt me. I don't know. I think harkens back to a simpler time, Ben. When
harkens. Now, there's a word that doesn't get used very often.
There we go.
So now a follow-up question.
It's the 2 for 1. It's the quintessential 2 for 1, I think.
But hang on, I thought a bird in the hand was better than two in the bush. And are those two birds in the bush the ones that got killed by the stone?
Well, only if you, could be. They would have been better off in the hand. Silly birds.
We'll never know. That's why it's a conundrum. If anyone can tell us what on earth it means to kill two birds with one stone is, and I get it. I get the obvious thing is to say you've taken one shot and got two for the price of one. But it's a strange analogy to get.
It is a strange analogy
involved. Yeah. Hey, another
it's
one.
It's like troubleshooting, right? Why is it?
Yes.
Why is it? Shouldn't it be called trouble solving or
yes,
like troubleshooting? It's quite violent.
there should be less ammunition involved when you're solving the problems with your television, and it's always television related. Like, have you ever installed a new television and it just worked? Like, if Apple should invent televisions because they work out of the box, right?
Who could afford them? If that little screen is $2,000, Ben,
yeah,
how big's the TV going to cost?
$38,000. Yeah. Oh, fair call.
It'll be really quick though, and it'll look great, I'm sure.
Speaking of quick, we've got a little bit more time for a follow-up conundrum, if I may.
Yes, let's go.
So this happened. I was talking to a listener, and he wasn't listening to a podcast while I was talking to him because that would just be weird. The question was, is it possible to have a call in WhatsApp, so on WhatsApp audio, on Microsoft Teams and on your standard mobile network all at the same time? And the reason he asked is his wife was calling him while he was calling me, and then his boss was calling him. And so he sort of hung up from me, and that the follow-up conundrum then is which one to answer, right? Like,
I know, yeah.
I think he pretty much went straight to...
What was the time of day? Like, I think this is a time of day thing happening here. Like, so if it's during business hours, you might take the boss one. Do you have to?
Yeah.
Or like,
it was 3:30 on a Friday afternoon. Now he works in a different industry.
You do not want to take the boss's call at 3:30 on a Friday.
Yeah. Yeah, we're like, what do you want?
How to ruin your weekend. Can we get those reports done by Monday?
Yeah. So this is listener BH. I haven't given him the credit yet, but the question is, like, he thinks that he could have actually taken a couple of calls. He's on an Android device, and he sort of had one on hold and didn't realize, and then had to hang up from it. So he thinks that works. But then the follow-up conundrum is, which one do you take?
Which one do you take? Yeah.
Well, I think if with all due respect, if I'm talking to you and Tanya rings, I'll call you back.
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty simple one, and I defy any male to say that that's not the case for them. What about you? Where do you sit?
Well, I mean, I think you can actually take it on a laptop. I think you could take all of the calls at once and just turn it into one giant mess pretty easy. Yeah. Because I've been on a Slack call and had Teams calls ringing, and I'm pretty sure that you could do both of those at once. Like, sometimes you end up, your schedule ends up getting jammed full of Google. Some people use Google Meet, and some people will use Slack calls, and we've got Teams internally as well. So, and then there's Zoom, and they've all got their own sort of app and channel, right? Yeah. So,
So they're all just different devices. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, no, you're pretty
sure
right.
You have a nonsensical conversation where half the participants can only hear you.
Yeah, you just connect them. In my role, I tend to say the same thing, a lot. So, they should all just listen
record it.
Yeah. Oh, goodness me. Hey, Richard, that's it. Listeners have been BCC'd on our week. And in next week's show, we're going to share some great tips for flying long haul. So listeners can send in their tips, but we'll be sharing our own as well. See you next week. Bravo Charlie Club out.
And that's the pod.